I wanted to address something that's been in the news lately, and it's the norestauranttax.com that seems to be gaining a little ground. And if you look at their website, it says, "We are committed to protecting the restaurant industry and its patrons by fighting the proposed discriminatory prepared food tax, restaurant tax." Mr. Manager, is there any proposed prepared food tax?
No, we have not proposed anything from the city of Greensboro or discussed anything like that with City Council.
So we have had no discussions?
No, we have not.
It says, "This latest assault on your wallet comes from an attempt by certain Greensboro City Council candidates to find money for a wish list too expensive to be funded by the taxes they already collect." Now, I know you can't speak for candidates, but you can certainly speak for those of us who have been sitting on the board. And once again, there have been no discussions.
No, that's correct. There have been no discussions.
So I would have to call this a contrived election issue. I spoke with Denise Turner earlier, because even if the City Council wanted to enact a prepared food tax, I asked her if it would require enabling legislation, and she said that, in fact, we would have to go before the state legislature to get permission to do something like that, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. This website linked to Tony Wilkins' blog, where he had something that was passed out during a War Memorial Commission meeting about 2 years ago, and it showed a graph that Matt Brown had prepared about how a prepared food tax might be spent. And I called Matt Brown to ask him what the genesis of that graph was, and he said it was something that was prepared back in 2007 after a bond issue failed, and I think it might have been the auditorium bond, I'm not really sure, about possible ways to generate revenue if, in fact, they wanted to do the auditorium bond. But, you know, that goes back to 2007. So for somebody to say that we are talking about a prepared food tax today, I think is disingenuous at best. So I really just wanted to take the opportunity to set the record straight that this council has not and will not discuss a prepared food tax. So I think it's important to get that out there.
But Ms. Vaughn, I thought, when I asked where it came from, part of the reason it was brought up was because it was in the Trevick questionnaire, and a lot of candidates filled that out, and some put, to my understanding, yes or no, I didn't fill it out. So.
Well, it certainly was in the Trevick questionnaire, but they also talked about a vehicle mileage tax and other sorts of taxes. There was certainly no background for their question. Their questions were over 60 questions long, some of them with sub-questions A through Z. So, you know, just because it shows up on a Trevick questionnaire certainly does not mean there's a mandate.
You still have